Another key aspect of the E-2 visa is the substantial investment. As Dobrina mentioned before, there's the 100K just general rule of thumb, which is not necessarily right. It can be more, it can be less. But it's a good place to start just to get a sense of that. But what are the things to consider here?
So I think the most important is the type of business that you will want to run in the United States. If it's more on the service side, or the consulting side of things, obviously, if you might not need 100,000. However, if we know that the consulate wants to see the 100,000, like for example in the UK, you will have to invest that 100,000. And then obviously that investment must be at risk. So not just sitting in your bank account while you figure things out, but you actually have to spend this money to run that business. Renting an office, hiring and paying employees. They could be part-time, they could be full-time, they could be like contractors, but they want to see that there's some kind of activity going on in your bank account, not just the money sitting there.
And in the other extreme, maybe you're doing a factory that is super expensive, and even if you spend 300,000, sometimes
that won't be enough. So you kind of have to. You have to look at your business plan and what you're planning to do. Your hiring plan. Are you gonna need 10 employees from day one, or are you gonna need 25 employees from day one? So that will obviously change your calculation. Sometimes people come in and they say, well, I wanna open 5 restaurants. I wanna do a chain or a franchise, whatever it is. Well, obviously that $100,000 is not gonna be enough, and especially with things like restaurants, factories, you have to buy equipment. Equipment is expensive, so $100,000 won't cut it in these cases.
And is it just money, or let's say I bring inventory from my company?
Yeah, it can be money, inventory, all of that will be taken into account. But again, it depends on the type of business. On the flip side, it's very popular. The franchise is very popular. So people come to the United States and say, well, I've never run a business. I don't want to do a startup. Instead, either I want to buy an existing business, or what's even better is buy a franchise. Why is franchise better than an existing business? Is because when it's franchise, they actually train you, right? So you have to, training is mandatory, and it's already operating and it's already making money, and you can get it approved really quickly.
And are there other factors to consider here? It's just about the money. Let's say I'm on the lower side, but there are other factors that might convince the officer that this is a real business, that I'm committed and this is at risk. Because at the end of the day, this thing about being committed and at risk is to show exactly that, right? That this is for real, you're not just putting money on a bank account.
Other factors, so we look at the big picture, right? So other factors is, maybe you already hired an employee, maybe you bought a space, maybe you bought an office or a small office, or maybe you have existing contracts with clients. That's usually, pretty common. And one of the driving factors as to why people want to come to the United States and, open a business, because they're already doing business with the United States. They have multiple clients, and now these clients are saying, well, look, we want you here. You need to have presence in the United States, and of course, that's great evidence to show the consular officer. Look, I'm already engaged in business. Here, the contract, whether it's 1 contract or 100 contracts, we can show that in addition to your investment. It could be maybe 50,000. 50 is a little low for me, but I know some people are doing it with 50,000.
So it's not about just a number. It's about if that number matters for the overall business, and what other factors are there to be able to tell your story and show the officer that you're actually real about this business, these investments, and that you are committed.